Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Channel, or the History Fella channel. I thought today I'd do a book haul, because the postman's been this morning and he turned up with a nice box full of books. So these are the books from Pen and Sword Books, so thanks to Rosie for them. So here we go, I'll let you know what we got. Here we have, first book is an Images of War book. The Nazis' Winter Warfare on the Eastern Front, 41 to 45. These are excellent books. Basically, they are like books full of excellent photographs depicting whatever the title is, and they do many subjects connected with the war, specifically the Second World War. And they're just a fantastic read with excellent pictures, many of them rare photographs, and they're all from like wartime archives from around the world. But they're certainly an excellent book to read. And they're the Nazis' Winter Warfare on the Eastern Front. It's one of my favourite book series that Pen and Sword Books do. The next one. This one is Deserters of the First World War, The Home Front, and this is written by Andrea Hetherington. It should be specifically interesting because we've come on so much further or advanced in medicine and medical conclusions, because often, you know, during the First World War, if they found someone who was deserting, they just presumed they were deserting because they didn't want to be there. And now in recent years, we've obviously learned more about concussion and problems with the brain and shock and PTSD. And often these men weren't running from the war, they were running from the causes of war and what they were having to deal with in those particular conditions, which were, let's face it, no one would ever want to be in the trenches in the First World War. So that's the Deserters of the First World War, The Home Front by Amanda Hetherington. The next one is by an SAS commander, or SBS. That's about George Jellicoe, and this book's actually written by his son, Nicholas. SBS, if you're not sure, stands for Special Boat Service. But it's all about George. He was an interesting fella, and was kind of at the forefront of the formation of the SAS. So that should be a good read. And we all know how good the SAS and the SBS were. So that should be an excellent read, that one. An interesting one here, kind of like involves history, war and true crime. And the book's called Fighting for the United States, Executed in Britain. US soldiers court-martialed in World War II, written by Simon Webb. If I just read you a couple of things off the back. Explores a forgotten chapter in the history of the Second World War, the first book ever published to contain a detailed account of every American military execution carried out in Britain. Tells the story of the United States of America Act 1942, which conferred immunity from prosecution under British law to all American soldiers in the country. Describes the last executions by firing squad to be conducted in Britain. Reveals the shocking proportion of the executed soldiers who were either black or Hispanic. So it's an excellent book, and I can probably see me doing a book review on that. So get subscribed to the channel, and then you won't miss out. The next one is the amazing story of Lisa Meitner. I apologise for getting the name wrong. Escaping the Nazis and Becoming the World's Greatest Physicist, written by Andrew Norman, which looks very interesting because, as we know, most scientists who managed to escape from Nazi Germany went on to do other things, both good and bad. So I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then the last one, probably the one I'm looking forward to most reading, is Albert Speer, Escaping the Gallows, written by Adrian Greaves. Secret Conversations with Hitler's Top Nazi. He was Hitler's architect, and he was famous for building the lots of buildings and monuments around Berlin and Munich. If you see many of the speeches made by Hitler, and they were in front of all these great big crowds of Nazis and soldiers, it was often Albert Speer that had built most of the arenas and monument type buildings that surrounded them, but then eventually went on to have to manage the munitions and supply of the Nazi party during the second half of the war. So that should be quite revealing. That's Albert Speer, Escaping the Gallows. And they're all published by Pen and Sword Books. So most of them look really good. That's it for today for this video. I shall probably be back tomorrow with another video, so please feel free to give this one a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching.